CIA budget too.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
but maybe.
It's just to Gary and to you. To be honest with you, I don't even want anything to do with that. It's just a lose-lose situation. You can't win, so whatever.
What do you mean you can't win? Why? Because the NSA will pull your balls off or something, or else you'll have to admit that you're a slave to a system?
Well, I'm just saying, you assholes voted for Obama, right? We vote for a Democratic Party that gives us a fucking guy who's obsessed with killing Arabs or something.
Well, who'd
so
you vote for?
The politics. Well, I'm just saying, I wouldn't have voted for Obama in the primary. I didn't, but that's what we got stuck with. But it doesn't matter.
No, I agree. I mean, he's not my choice. I did prefer him. I'll admit I preferred him to McCain, and I'm starting to wonder because I think McCain at least would be so incompetent that the chaos would be better than this motherfucker that comes out with these speeches. Did you see? He was talking about how what we're doing is like the Sons of Liberty, the people that did the Boston Tea Party. No, what he's doing is like spying on the Sons of Liberty and everybody else so he could catch the Sons of Liberty. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. It was offensive if you watch that. I have no doubt you'd be offended within the first 5 minutes. It's ridiculous.
I'm offended by his whole re-election, so I'm already offended that nobody had the balls to run against him. So yeah, I'm offended by the whole fucking process.
Me too, then.
That's why I'm no longer a fucking Democrat. I don't call myself one. I don't consider myself one. Because, yeah, the Democratic Party can go fuck itself until it's dead.
Well,
yeah, I mean,
I wonder if we wouldn't have been better off with a Romney or a McCain, you know, because Obama is good at this shit.
I don't think we'd be better off, but I'm just saying it's whether you're going to be 100% dead or 99% dead or 98% dead. I really don't care. I mean, I'd rather be 100% dead, yes. So I'd rather they kill us than slowly drive us insane.
Yeah, that's pretty much the choice we have with these parties.
Look, we're American citizens. We have many rights. We have rights to privacy.
And since Chris Christie's disqualified now they're talking about bringing back Jeb Bush.
Live in fear.
Jeb Bush is going to run now.
Fear and rights to not have to be fearful.
Isn't out of it yet.
Balance.
I've seen worse.
Christie's done. Come on, Hillary's done. Okay, people keep talking. The talking heads the only people who think this shit'll work are the
That's
talking
like the ultimate
heads.
scandal,
Hillary
man.
hasn't got a fucking chance. So unless Hillary does run against somebody like Christie, that's the only fucking way either one of them could win, is they'd have to run against somebody who's a bigger liar and a bigger fraud. So that's it. So if we a country of 300 million motherfuckers and somebody with a little bit more character than these assholes can't stand up and say, I'll be president, then we deserve to all be fucking annihilated because we're useless sacks of shit. There are 300 fucking million people in this country. Why the fuck do we get a choice to elect either an asshole and a jerk off or a motherfucker?
Yeah, but be realistic. It is gonna, if it's not Rand Paul or Chris Christie or Jeb Bush, it's gonna be someone like them that we've never heard of that other people had heard of. It's gonna be like that, and it's gonna be some Kerry running again. Romney probably. It'll be, obviously Hillary. It'll be, it's going to be that. It's going to be Hillary versus Chris Christie, or two people that might as well be Hillary and Chris Christie.
Well, I'm sorry.
That's the question.
Too damaged, right? Well, Kerry isn't even that damaged, so Kerry could possibly run, but now that he's working for Obama, he's dirt, so he's done too. But I'm just saying, there's got to be somebody, there's got to be new blood, because, yeah, any of these people they're already soiled. There's no way Hillary can reclaim herself. She's been caught.
Who's that dude?
She's been caught in so many motherfucking overt lies. There's no way she can run for president. She's a
Here, Cory Booker. Let's have a black sheep. A black sheep will be like Cory Booker.
Every woman that watches Oprah loves her, okay?
It doesn't matter. As soon as they start running the commercials of her lying through her fucking teeth, it's over. The only people who think she can be president are people who don't know that she's a compulsive liar.
And that's almost everyone, Gary.
Well, I'm sorry. Once you're running for president, guess what? I could beat her
ran
with
for president against Obama. Obama beat her, but she didn't.
Hillary Clinton. Give me $50 million worth of commercial time, and I will beat her with my asshole. Okay, I'll put my asshole on my sticker, and I'll run for president, and I'll beat Hillary Clinton because I can run enough commercials to show she's a compulsive fucking liar.
And that's what's sad, Gary. No one wants to do that.
Well, I'm just saying if she runs, she will lose. So if the Democrats can't come up with a more honest candidate, they will deserve to lose, and they will lose. She will lose. We've already been fucked by the first black president. Nobody's looking to get fucked by the first woman president. She's not even a fucking woman anymore. Alright? She's some sort of Nazi fucking goddamn Hitler bitch. Nobody who knows this woman would vote for her. There's no fucking goddamn way. So as soon as these Oprah fans find out that Hillary's a warmongering, motherfucking lying, murdering pig, they're going to say, fuck you, Hillary.
No, I completely agree with you, Gary, but
Yeah, I think she could win.
Yeah, well, you can think it, but you're full of shit anyway. Okay, you're living a fake fraud of a life anyway. So why the hell would I respect your opinion, silly yarmulke man?
Don't respect my opinion. I don't care.
Well, I'm just saying, you threw it out there like I was
Yeah, who cares? Who cares about that Jew?
she can win. Well, so what? You think so.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, it's a meaningless argument. I think she can win. Yeah, because, yeah, she's...
All I'm hearing are meaningless arguments.
Oh, liar. Compulsive liar's a meaningless argument?
You're a politician, my friend.
Oh, yeah, no, my friend, you know, politicians usually can't be compulsive liars before they run, okay? If they're known as a compulsive liar before they run, they usually don't win. Unless they are running on, you know, they're running for their second term, then it's easy.
Gary, give me some hope for the future.
Yeah, well, obviously there's no hope. I mean, obviously. You know, if this is the best we can do, then yeah, there's no fucking hope. But I mean, obviously, we need another political party, and we need something other than, you know, green loonies and commies. I mean, what's our choice, right? Green or commie? What the fuck good is that shit?
Well, a lot of it has to do with immigration and how the Republicans want to handle that.
Well, how do the Democrats want to handle it? The Democrats, especially the Californian Democrats, seem perfectly comfortable with, yeah, let's just keep piling them in here.
Well, I mean, as far as appealing to large demographics of Latino voters, I mean, Democrats are more successful. That's certainly true.
I don't know if that's certainly true. I mean, obviously, I think when there was a gay rights bill in California, the deciding vote that said gays shouldn't have any rights were a bunch of fucking goddamn Mexicans.
Well, I'm talking about
it's funny
president.
because I just watched the movie
Well,
Milk
I'm just saying that
4 hours ago, and you're completely right.
Notion that all these fucking goddamn Latinos are all voting Democrat is a pile of shit, okay? These foreigners come over here and fucking turn our country into a Nazi fucking idiocy. So we're back to idiocracy. They're voting for these fucking Republican cunts.
And the whole Twinkie defense. I mean, I just
Not
watched the movie Milk like 3 hours ago, which is sort of funny when you brought that up.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, well, that's old stuff. It's old news. I mean, this shit's been going on forever. It's the same old story. The fact that nothing's fixed is the thing that people should be sitting there saying, why the fuck isn't any of this fixed? You know, even Nader's such a fucking asshole. Well, I didn't get Bush elected. Yeah, well, that, you know, yeah, grow a brain, asshole.
Yeah, that like whole thing is like crazy. I mean, like you have to listen to these like complete tangents. Like he's okay, yeah. All right, I gotta listen to McCain. I gotta listen to this. I gotta listen to that. You're absolutely right.
whatever the fuck that means.
You know exactly what
But
it
anyway.
means. You know exactly what it means.
No, I don't know exactly what it means. What it means is that people will keep voting for people that just say something, you look marvelous. You're all doing fantastic. The economy's great. We're all doing, hey, we're making everything, everything's fine, 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 good, good, good. No problems.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. People listen to that shit, and it's absolutely disgusting.
Right, people suck. Right, okay, we know that part. Yeah. So somehow we have to make everybody who sucks not show up for election day. Yeah, everybody could, like, key their car and poke a knife in their tires or something.
What would you think of Al Gore running again?
Well, whatever. I mean, Al Gore's lame and, he's bullshit.
Yeah, that was almost like, oh yeah, who would win between fucking, Godzilla and Mechagodzilla? Seriously?
Yeah, well, Mechagodzilla sounds like he's got to win,
What about
right?
Howard Dean?
I mean, Mechagodzilla's got to have more shit than Godzilla. So, he's got to have like super cold breath and like radar breath and like X-ray vision and shit, right? I mean, he's got to have a lot more tools. So,
Isn't Howard Dean the one that like screamed in like excitement?
Yeah, well, Howard Dean was actually, I don't know, he seemed like a pretty good fucking candidate to me. So, yeah.
Yeah, so that was nothing, man.
That was pretty lame that he, disappeared for no good
Governor of
reason.
Vermont, he actually was the head of the Democratic, the DNC,
Yeah, I understand all that. I'm just saying, he seemed like a perfectly reasonable guy.
Yeah, we're going to Sarasota, then we're going to Tennessee, and then we're going to Inmendham. Yeah!
Yeah, well, whatever. I mean, compared to what?
Vermont's a very progressive state.
Compared to what?
Vermont?
No, I mean, I'm just saying, compared to Bush, Obama and Hillary Clinton, I'm just saying that Dean was the best.
Yeah, well, I mean, seriously, Gary, you're doing like, oh, compared to. I mean, I would actually rather have you to be a representative of where I'm from than any of those motherfuckers, and I'm not even stroking you. I'm being 100% honest.
Well, I'd rather me too, but we know I don't stand any fucking chance in hell, so that's not going to work. We need somebody who has a much better social image than the guy who's been talking about killing people routinely on the internet. So, yeah, obviously I'm not going anywhere politically. So we need a better robot.
Yeah, but no, because you're like completely unjustifying like your whole principle. You're not like saying, oh, just kill people. Your principles and what you say in your philosophy is a lot fucking more substantive than that.
Just saying, the simple thing to do is just to find somebody who's lived a nice, calm life, not gotten in any trouble, and I will tell him what to say, right? So he can be the mouthpiece thing, and I'll tell him what to say and what to do, and so that'll be cool. I'll pull all the strings.
Yeah, status quo, status quo.
Just do, yeah, exactly. He'll get elected, and that way I can run the world. So yeah, but that's the way you got to do it. I got to have somebody, whatever. I got to have a beard or whatever you call that. I got to have a puppet.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why we're in the fucking shithole we are. It's because of that.
Well, whatever. I'm just saying, we just get some hot chick, maybe. That'll be the way to go. Get some hot chick, and I'll tell her what to say, and we'll be in the gravy.
No, we need someone with actually principle and with fucking logic and a brain instead of fucking the same rigmarole.
You don't really need them. You just need them to get elected and then to have the right people working for them. That's all. I mean, it's not about the goddamn person who gets elected. It's about the people they, allow to control the game. So, I mean, it just doesn't matter who's the cover. The cover of the book doesn't matter. It's the book that matters. Yeah, well, Sam Harris would be a damn good. See, that's a guy. That's a guy he's reasonable. I don't like his fucking war attitudes, but I mean, he's a reasonable sort. Steven Pinker's a douchebag. Yeah, Pat Robertson. He's already dead, isn't he? He's just a zombie, a god zombie or something.
Yeah, well, just out of curiosity, how do you feel about, like, those guys that are like that? Not even him in particular, just that whole, like, fucking identity.
I don't know. What am I supposed to say?
No, well, like, well, no, like a Pat Roberts. Like, how do you fucking feel about that?
What do you want me to say? I don't. What am I supposed to say about it? He
Well,
is.
I would actually hope that you had, like, a little bit of fucking, you know, like, emotion about him and, like, hey, yeah, he's a fucking piece of shit. He should have never got the money or the recognition that he ever got. He's a fucking piece of shit scumbag, like a fucking viper that just sucked off the life of other people.
Well, I know, but so what? I mean, obviously, it's only. I mean, people voluntarily listen to him because he's, says nice things and he's pretty, and that's all you had to be. So yeah, I mean, religious people aren't very demanding. He does seem to pick fights. This bandit guy does. So anyway, enough politics stuff. It's always a mess. I like the evolution conversation more than the political crap. Not that there's a big difference between parameciums and politics, but whatever. There's some distinction, I suppose.
What about the school conversation?
The who?
The schooling conversation. I think you would have liked to go to school in Australia because if a fat person call you a mush face here, it's perfectly acceptable to say "fuck off, you fat cunt."
I don't even know what that means. But whatever, fine. I called her a slut. I mean, I'm just saying, it doesn't matter what I call her, right? It's just the point is the name stuck on me, so, it's the way it is.
Do you think there's any point in going to college, or is the government gonna collapse in 4 years?
I don't know. What do you, how the hell can I tell you that? I can't predict that for you. Any point in going to college? I don't know. I guess it depends on who's paying for it, and what you're studying. I mean, there's no point in going to college if you're going to study something stupid. So yeah, unless you're going to learn how to do something, then don't go to college. Yeah.
I'll just give you like an honest, my personal example. I have a degree in history from Brown University. I went there. Yeah, which is I have a degree in book reports. But I went back to school. I wanted to get a degree in business because I couldn't get a job doing anything in history, so I went to business, started doing that. I went back to school. One of the first classes I had to take was public speaking. I do presentations in front of like 15, 20 doctors every single day, like 5 days a week. But yet I had to waste 16 weeks. I had to do 4 months of doing a fucking, presentations on completely ridiculous shit for people. The whole thing is regurgitation, and that's all school is. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think it's all that it is. It just depends on what you're studying. So I'm just saying there's probably some value to studying some things. Business is a tricky game. I mean, economics is a better subject perhaps, but
What about psychology?
yeah, well, unless unless you want to be a liar, okay? I mean, it's like saying like you could be a lawyer, but you have to be a liar to be a lawyer, right? So you know that to make any money being a lawyer, you got to be a defender of liars and cheaters and thieves and crooks and murderers and all that shit. So the only people who are going to pay you are the crooks. So you got to know you're going to have to be a defender of crooks. So you're going to lie for crooks. So unless you have the guts to do that, then you don't want that job. So unless you really have some sort of love of humanity and you want to hear all their little whiny bitch stories, and then you want to basically just lie to them and tell them, no, you're not fat, and you just got to love your inner self, and you just got to blah, blah, blah. You want to tell them a bunch of crap to make their life more sufferable. That's all you'll be doing, though. You'll just be placating their need. All right? So if you want a job doing that, then go ahead. But I'm just
I
saying,
know most psychologists are kind of like, they lie, but do you think there's any psychologists that just like tell the truth in like a way
I'm
that
just
can actually help
their
people?
job description. Their job description isn't to say, you know what, you are totally fucked. I mean, you're a minorly schizophrenic, okay? You're sexually dysfunctional. You have expectations of life that are impossible. The best thing you can do is just humanely kill yourself because you're never going to be happy, you dumb fuck. Now, you really think you can tell them the truth? No, sorry, you're not going to be a psychologist very long if you start telling your stupid patients that they're losers, they're failures, and the best thing they can do for the world is run themselves over.
Yeah, and the thing is they don't even free float that. It's like a checklist. Okay, well this person shows this sign of this person shows this sign of this. So then I come up with this generalization about them, and everybody's identity is completely fucking different and very, very, very more intricate than that A and B.
Well, I don't think, no, then people fall into pretty clear patterns, and you guess what? Most of the people going to a psychiatrist are assholes, and frankly, they're not reclamatable assholes. So pretty much the best advice you could give them is jump off a building because you're probably just going to hurt somebody. Okay, the longer you live, the way you live your life, you egomaniacal motherfucker, you're probably just going to hurt somebody. So why don't you kill yourself before you ruin somebody else's life? Because you're just a liar and a taker. And people aren't going to want to hear that they're liars and takers.
I know that like a certain amount of people would be like that, like you can't really help them, but I know there are a lot of people that are like kind of normal, but they just have problems that they can't figure out on their own.
Yeah. Well, you don't sound like you're all that fucking together either there, bro. So I just don't know whether you're really made for this game. But okay, if I'm just saying, fine. If you think you can pull it off, go for it. But I'm just saying, it's
I don't
still
even want to do it. I just want to
bullshit.
learn the subject.
I'm just saying, it's not. Well, there's no point in learning how to do something and not do it. Okay, so really, I don't really have any patience for people like, I'll go learn how to build nuclear power plants, and instead I'm plant
All right,
food.
what about environmental science? Like I
Oh,
know it's you like
fuck
hate
shit, fuck
nature,
that
but
shit. Yeah, fuck that shit. There's no such thing as environmental science anyway. It's just a bullshit, silly words tied together. You might as well just call it earth science. I mean, it's nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, all right, well, let's just pretend that like that whole thing was cool. Okay, then everybody was, a conservationist and yah. You know, it's like we sit on this like little rock and we think that there's nothing else around us. There's a couple, billion people in China, a billion people in India. You think they give a fuck about pollution and whatever? It's gonna fucking come over this way anyway. So fuck it.
Well, I'm not for saying fuck it. I'm just saying we don't need scientists. Okay, in environmental science.
all
What
right,
you
yeah,
what you need to
that's
do,
what it's
what
called
you need to
sometimes,
do
but
is take a physics course and then learn how to do cold fusion or something, okay? If you want to do the world a favor, come up with a perpetual motion machine or something. But you're not going to do the world favors by showing up with your environmental degree in bibble babble, okay?
what do
That
you
is
think is a can you name some good jobs for people that like aren't really smart that could like help
no.
society?
No, there's about 7 billion excess people on the planet, okay? You're all useless sacks of shit. So yeah, unless you can actually do something, like you can actually assemble something or put something together or invent something, yeah, you're useless. Fuck you. I mean, go to
So
college
like
for garbiology. Go to college for garbiology and learn how to drive the bulldozer at the dump.
It's a complete seriously. The whole college scene is a complete consumption, reproduction, and these two especially terms are memorization and regurgitation. That is all college is about.
No, it isn't. It's stupid to say that, so I'm sorry. It
No,
depends.
no, it absolutely is.
No, you go for computer science, it's not fucking goddamn regurgitation. All right, you go for even being a lawyer, even there's lots of jobs where you just learn the subject matter, okay? I mean, doctors, lots of things. So there's lots of college that's useful. All right, chemical engineering.
Yeah, all right. So you're doing a lean. Did you really say a fucking lawyer.
Yeah, I said a lawyer. Lawyers can be, you know, obviously you have to be independently wealthy, but you have to be able to be a lawyer that doesn't need to make money. So, but there's lots of good civil rights law to be out there to be defending. So yeah, there's lots of work for lawyers.
Well, then why don't you fucking saddle up and get your law degree, dude? I would actually be honored to see you fucking ride these motherfuckers.
Yeah, well, I probably would if I didn't have personal circumstances that don't make that possible. I mean, I was going to college, Bandit, okay? I did have a life, and things happen, and shit happens, and your life gets ruined, blah, 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 blah.
No, I'm not even saying that. Like, I mean, you can still, like, push forward, dude. You're not dead yet. I mean, there's people that graduated, all sorts of behaviors.
Okay, shit happened to me, all right? I have an anxiety disorder. I have a lot of issues, all right? It isn't going to happen. I don't go out, blah, blah, blah. This is stuff you should already fucking goddamn know.
Yeah, but I do understand that, and I do know that.
Stop, it's stupid, okay? It's stupid. It's a stupid conversation to have. You don't think I'd be in college if I could go to college, you stupid fuck?
I was just going to say you could do it virtually.
Well, you really can't, okay?
Hey Gary, have you ever heard of Coursera?
Have you ever heard of bologna sandwich?
Because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
Whatever the fuck that is. That's a funny joke, was it?
So you think unless you're like pretty smart, you can't be like useful really?
Just go for finance or engineering or computer science or physics.
You don't need to go to college to be useful, okay? There's no point in going to college to do nothing.
Yeah, I agree with that. That was my point. I think college is, like, useless. I think that the people that actually go into a concentration and do, like, an internship or, like, go on the job, you learn 1,000% more.
It depends on what degree you go for.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not going to keep arguing about this. The only degrees of college, when I talk about college, I'm not talking about degrees in bullshit, okay? Philosophy degrees or history degrees or all this other nonsense degrees. I'm talking about engineering degrees and scientifically meritorious edification. There's no point in having college for bullshit.
What about people that just want to learn?
Well, you can do that. You go to a library and you pull a book off the shelf. There, I learned.
Kind of expensive at $500 a credit.
Well, I'm just saying, it just kind of seems silly to say, if you want to learn, you can do that for free. That's for fucking goddamn sure.
Well, and they have free
like
online courses like at Coursera, which is what I mentioned before, which apparently you think is bologna sandwich.
Well, I know, but the point is that show me the graduates of Coursera. So let's see some of these graduates. All right, and then we're going to have a conversation about what merit it has. All right, so show me the graduates and show me what they've done in the world that's actually worked. I mean, can they change a flat tire? Can they actually do something in the world? So I'm
actually taking a genetics course for that. And
of online shyster businesses, okay, that are only created to steal money from assholes who just want to try to get a degree, but they really don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they really don't want to do any work.
The courses are basically equivalent to like an entry-level college course. Like you can actually take them and get credit for like basic biology and stuff like that.
You can get credit, and it doesn't, like I said, show me the graduate who's actually accomplished something in the world, and then I'll say, there you go, maybe that works.
Yeah, it's basically like what you said, like if you want to go to the library and learn, it's kind of like that, but it's like an actual teacher is teaching you.
I don't need to pay some shysters way too much for way too little. So yeah, there's no way I'm paying some online dorky company.
It's free though. And they're taught by they're taught by college professors at like Duke University.
Free, asshole. You haven't learned that one yet? You need to go to college and take a course called Nothing's Free, asshole.
Well, you don't have to, give out your credit card number or anything like that, so it is free.
Nothing's free. I'm sorry, that's not possible. Nothing is free. There are strings tied.
There's no such thing as a free lunch.
Well, I'm just
Look, yeah,
saying.
we get all that, but you don't have to pay anything to be enrolled in the courses, okay?
I'm not going to argue this forever, okay? Go to Coursera all you fucking want, okay? I don't think it's my gig, all right? There. Is that enough said on the subject? I don't think it's what Gary needs.
I just want to say something about Coursera. I'm in taking it, and I actually agree. It's not necessarily good for like real world kind of.
Yeah, you're just going to be too much of an example
like
of it.
To get a position in a job.
You know, advanced knitting, what? Advanced cat petting. I'm just going to prove my goddamn point.
I'm taking it for writing. Yeah, it's only good. The point I was wanting to make was, yeah, it's kind of good if you want to do stuff like study history or writing or something.
We're done. You don't go to school to learn how to write.
I don't see why you're so critical of things that are massively open to the public like that online. I mean, you know, it provides opportunity for millions of people to have access to education. I mean, that's kind of what you've been advocating for.
I'm just saying, you're saying to me it's free. I'm saying there's no fucking way it's free. Who's it being provided by? Who's paying for it?
The whole thing is that the information should always be free. It always should have been free.
Well, the point is it could be, okay? We could make a national college and we could videotape every single course and every single lecture and have copies of every single book and put it all online for free tomorrow. And we could do it for a few million fucking bucks. And yeah, we don't do that because, that's right, the teachers union owns the politics and we're stuck with these motherfucking cunts. But I'm just saying, yeah, it's no reason why it shouldn't be free. But I'm just saying, you're not telling me that obviously nobody gives stuff away in this world. So if you're saying there's some great thing out there that's free and educational, I'm saying it's not free.
Oh no, and I agree with you 100%. I just read a thing recently where the head of the Google robotics, I forget what his name was, he put on a free thing and he said, okay, well, sign up. I'm going to give you guys a free lecture, and then you'll be tested on it. So he gave a free lecture. He was the head of robotics for Google. He worked at Stanford, I believe, and he did the lecture. The top 410 people were non-college students. The 410th person was a Stanford student, and they made like a big deal about that. But I mean, there's so many people out there with probably like really brilliant brains and stuff we can learn, but they just don't get the rep.
I don't even know what that meant. I don't even know what that speech was, but whatever, fine, whatever. Google's evil, and anything that anybody's giving away for free is suspect. But whatever, that's all. That's all I'm going to say. I like online stuff. I like that, whatever it's called. The guy who Bill Gates gave him $1 million or whatever it was. All that shit's fine. I'm just saying that there's still value. The only value college has is if, yeah, you want to be a really good engineer, you're probably going to, or an architect or something, yeah, you got to do that in a disciplined way, and you got to pass some tests, and they got to mean something.
And my whole proposition, like what I was saying, is that all these other people that are out there that you just kind of we don't take for granted, but the people that are out there, they're brilliant and they have all these different ideas and they get passed over.
Well, I don't even know what that means, but whatever. It's not so much passed over. I just wish they had tests for stuff, right? We should just have tests. You pass the test, it's like the bar exam, right? Anybody should be able to take the bar exam. And if they pass it, they should be a lawyer, right? So just have a good test for every field, and then everybody can just take the test, and if they pass, they're in.
Nah, dude, you know as well as I do, not everybody can be a lawyer. I mean, there's plenty of people out there that have very smart ideas that don't want to be or can't be lawyers,
Well, that's not the point. I don't know what the fuck that has to do with what I'm saying. Just that, some stuff takes years to learn. I mean, it takes a while to learn how to do some stuff. I mean, it's, just the way it is. Even computer programming, to learn some software, you're going to have to spend a couple of years learning it to learn how to use it. Yeah, well, open source is kind of getting sucky. I mean, the last few programs I've gotten that were open source programs, they all had fucking bugs in them. They all had like malware and all kinds of other bullshit tied into them. It really was disappointing. They're not screening this stuff very well anymore.
I looked it up, and you're kind of right about the Coursera thing. Like, they're a for-profit company, and they make money off of, you basically pay like $50 to get a verified certificate that you like actually took the course and passed.
Yeah, but who actually
But you
pays?
can take the course for free, but without that, it probably wouldn't exist. So you're pretty much right.
Who actually
Well, I'm
does
just
that certificate thing, though? I mean, I don't know that.
whatever the racket is, I'm just saying it's probably a racket. Is all I'm saying. There's nothing's free. So I'm just saying you are paying for it, or somebody's paying for it. And I'm just saying that's always a little bit of a taint. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just still going to argue it's not for me. I don't need a teacher.
Open source
Heard
doesn't
people
mean free.
talking about like how animals aren't self-aware that they're in pain.
Blah 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 blah. What?
Have you ever heard people talk about, they say that like animals aren't self-aware that they're in pain?
Well, whatever. Anybody who says that's got to be a religious nut or something else. I mean, that's just silly. I mean, nobody could have a dog or a cat and, not think that they experience sentient experience.
Yeah, like I'm trying to understand it. Like, I don't think they're saying that animals don't feel pain, but they're somehow you can feel pain and
They're
not
just
be aware of it. I don't really get it.
people who don't think black people are human. So, I mean, there's no point in talking about what people think, okay? Who cares? So, yeah, there's people on Earth who don't like to think that they're animals. They want to think they're better than animals, so they try to put animals down because animals are dumb animals and they're great humans. That's all they're doing. They're not very bright. They're not very smart. They're just stupid, ignorant assholes talking out of their stupid, ignorant ass. So what do you want me to say about that? Yes, they're stupid,
Well,
ignorant assholes on planet Earth talking out of their stupid, ignorant asses. Yes, that's
I
true.
don't I don't know like the scientific studies about it, but I've been reading a little bit about it, and I don't know. Apparently, there is some science behind it. So I don't know.
I don't know what possible science that could be, so I think you're being a bit of a dildo, okay? Oh, yeah, you did extensive scientific research on what? fuckheadopedia? I mean,
The
what
science
the
actually
fuck
proves to be
website? What the
opposite,
fuck
actually.
idiotic? There's no fucking idiot. Only an idiot could sit there and make any argument. We're fucking mammals. They're fucking mammals. All right, sentience isn't even a fucking issue here. It's just idiotic to say, oh yes, the wildebeest doesn't know when you shove a telephone pole up its ass that it's in pain. No, I think it's got a clue.
Yeah, I know that, but I think it's like it's different from what you're saying, but I don't even
Well,
understand what they're saying.
okay, so I think, yeah, fuck you. Just get out of here. I'm sick of you already. Fuck you. You're an idiot. Stupid fuck. I'm a dumbass who can't figure out what to do. I don't know where should I go to school? Should I not go to school? Be a pig? Should I be a pig fucker? Or should I be a... Okay, well, I read a scientific paper about how... fuck you. Stupid fucking... I'd call him a pothead, but he's probably too stupid to be a pothead. Oh, well, nice silence is nice. Hmm. Yeah, it just is disappointing. This whole thing where people just talk, and, you know, I mean, I really wish we had, like, electrodes tied to us or something. You know, and when we said something dumb or stupid, yeah, we got electrocuted. And so we'd have to pay a price for it. So when we really felt confident, you know, then we could open our mouths and we'd say, I think I can theorize about, I have a hypothesis. And, you know, you'd feel like you had to justify it because you wouldn't open your mouth unless you really were sure because you didn't want to get fucking electrocuted in the ass. And, you know, that really would shape up the human race. Because everybody's got a fucking opinion and it's based on absolute shit. I mean, no one does any of the work to know what the fuck they're talking about. Just talk out of their ass. They don't spend any time thinking about it and saying, well, is that a good theory? Oh, wait a minute. No, that's a stupid theory. I better not say that. That's stupid. No, they don't do that.
Yeah, all right, Roosevelt. Well, then what are your principles based on? Let's hear that.
Right, snarky mode now. Roosevelt.
Wouldn't you rather hear
Well, I'm talking like Roosevelt.
Wouldn't you rather hear 10 bad theories and suppress one good theory through fear?
No.
I think you would.
No. No, the noise is outrageously loud, and you're never going to be able to recognize the good theory from all the nonsense theories, because, yeah, you'll never spend enough, no one will be able to devote enough time to taking the reasonable theories seriously. But I'm just saying, there's nothing, you're not silencing anybody by requiring people to do a little thinking before they open their mouth. I mean, that's all this is really talking about. We're just talking about people having an obligation to have some sense of, oh, what is my opinion qualified by? Oh, just because I'm an arrogant white fuck. I mean, there really should be some kind of put up or shut up kind of standard. I mean, just something where, you know, some part of your balls are on the line before you open your mouth. That's all. I don't think that's asking too much. When you see all the, just like I said, so there's so much, you know, I go back to movies and go back to everything. You just see all the sloppiness and everything.
Well, the reason Hollywood produces so much crap is because they don't have a formula. Hollywood is interested in making money. If they could only make blockbusters, they would, but they don't know, so they produce a lot of shit because they don't have a perfect formula.
They do have a perfect formula, so they do.
No,
They're using.
that's
They
all
use
they
it
would
all
make.
the time. Bullshit. Bullshit. All right, they know. Oh, come on. You don't think Star Wars was formula? It was entirely formula, taken from the most dominant myths of human civilization. The formula is always the same. What, you don't think Shakespeare is formula? It's formula all over the fucking place. It's always about this little human drama. It's about the love relationships. So these are all the formulas. So if you're making a movie, you know what you're going to put in it. You're going to put a love interest in it. You're going to put in a change, a couple of plot twists. You know these fucking don't tell me there's not a formula. They don't know the formula. They goddamn do.
If they knew a formula, then they would only make those movies and only make money, because all they care about is money.
Right, the ones that make money are formula all over the goddamn place, okay? And the ones that don't make money are not formulas. Duh. Yeah, we can all figure that part out, but the ones that the movies fail because these people are such arrogant prima donnas, okay? They don't have enough sense to sit there and let somebody critique their work, okay? They're all pussies. So they sit there and they go make their product, and instead of asking 10 qualified people to look people talking about how fantastic their dress designs are or something. You know, yes, I as a gay man am going to dress women. Like that makes any goddamn sense. But that's all movies are full of, okay? It's all this fucking elitist bastion of the flagellation, okay, where they all think they're goddamn brilliant, and they don't sit there and put this stuff to a little bit of a critical test before they goddamn spend $200 million on it. And I'm just saying if that should be the formula of the business, should be, yeah, let's let 100 people even critique this story. I mean, look at that fucking golf movie they made. That one still pisses me the fuck off. That stupid Tin Cup movie. Because as a golfer, it was insanely stupid. And they actually had a consultant that was a golfer, a professional golfer, and I'm saying there's no way they listened to that fucker, because he must have told them, this is the stupidest fucking movie. This doesn't have anything to do with golf. A golfer would never do that. Ever. In the history of golf, no one would ever do what this fucker did. Ever. I mean, you can't, like I said, how much money do they spend on that Tom Cruise Martian movie, right? And I mean, just colossal plot flaws. Just so fucking monstrous, they were just insanely monstrous. They were so huge. I mean, anybody with a rational brain... Whatever.
Exactly. Hello, Gray. This is your good friend Morbo speaking.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway, Gary, as I was saying earlier, 2 weeks sober, 15 days.
Yeah, you probably did better than Piro. Yeah. We'll see. Excellent. Very good. You really are past that's the toughest part, right? So
Awesome.
It should be.
Well, I'm in that annoying stage where you worked for a few hours and you're like really hungry and dehydrated, and all you think about is booze, and then you have like a glass of water, a drink or something, and then the desire's pushed way down.
Yeah, you just gotta find something good to drink that ain't boozy. But, yeah, you know, if you can do 15 days, you can do 15 years.
So, I mean, finishing up, and I don't want to belabor the point about the whole court ruling, but what do you think are the next steps? Like, should the case be appealed to the Supreme Court? What would they decide?
Well, I just don't think you can win on the argument, okay? There's no reason why somebody should be entitled to bandwidth. So I'm just saying that that part of the law is shit. So it's not like they're gonna win on appeal. They're gonna lose. So it's bad law. It needs to be rewritten. You can't combine these things. You do have to pay your freight. I'm just saying that you can't force a company to lose money giving people service they're not paying for. I mean, that's just stupid.
Is there evidence or documentation that those big companies really do end up losing money?
Well, it's not about the companies losing money. It's about the discrimination where they have to charge people who are using less more to subsidize the people using more. So I'm just saying that somebody's paying for it, and the fact is that the people should be able to pay for what they use instead of paying for what they're not using. I mean, flat rate pricing, I'm sort of against it myself. I'm just saying, why should I don't want to pay this. I don't want to subsidize other people's garbage collection. I don't want to subsidize their kids. I don't want to do all that. Fuck all these subsidies. And yeah, I don't want to subsidize. I don't want a subsidy, and I don't want to subsidize somebody else. I want to pay for what I get, and I want everybody else to pay for what they get.
Well, as far as utilities and stuff, yeah, in other countries, you basically just buy credits, at the grocery store or supermarket, and then you type it into this little pad in your circuit breaker kind of deal, and then it charges up with credits, and then you basically get that much electricity. Rather than having a utility bill and all.
Well, I don't know what the difference is.
Well, I guess just having a sense of paying for exactly how much you're going to get.
Well, I mean, when you pay your utility bill, you pay for what you're getting.
Not giving people an opportunity to be a deadbeat on it.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't think people really have a huge opportunity to be a deadbeat. Because, if they're a deadbeat, they're not going to get gas anymore or electric anymore. So I don't see any need to pay for it ahead of time. Well, anywho, where were we? Yeah, no, I didn't fix it. Just gave up on it. Fix it later. Yeah, I bought a bunch of cheap halogen bulbs from China. They're just so damn cheap. Couldn't resist. No, I just banned that sweet guy. I don't like him much. Yeah, well, the diode ones aren't up to snuff quite yet. And the LED, they're getting good, but they still aren't quite bright enough to be practical. But it's getting close.
Hey Gary, I don't know if, because you've got Windows XP, the last I knew, so I don't know if this was on your one, because I've got Windows 7. There's like, on 7, there's a thing where it ranks your performance of your CPU, your RAM, GPU, your graphics card, and your speed of your hard drive. Well, I've replaced my CPU the other day with from a dual core to a dual core Extreme. I got second hand. And for some reason, the speed of the RAM now, according to this benchmark, is increased also. Any ideas?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think obviously there's what do you ever call those? I'm trying to think of the word between transitions. Between one thing and another
Bus
thing.
speed. Bus speed.